Thousands of people start their businesses as a sole proprietorship because it is easy. All you have to do is register your name and acquire a legal license, if that. In many cases, depending on your industry, a license isn't even necessary. Even though a sole proprietorship is one of the easiest ways to start and to run a business, a sole proprietorship as a business structure has several extremely important disadvantages that I want you to be aware of. In this video, I will share with you the top 6 reasons why you may want to stay away from being a sole proprietor and instead form a limited liability company, an LLC, or a partnership. By the way, if you want to see more content like this, let me know by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and remember to click the bell notification to stay up to date on the latest content. So every business needs money to operate. You need money to make money, right? One of the first issues that you may run into as a sole proprietor is the fact that lenders will not want to lend money to you. In fact, they will refuse to approve a business loan to a sole proprietor. To them, a sole proprietorship as a business entity is a considerable red flag. Essentially, to them, it means that you're not too serious about truly growing your business, or you are unwilling to invest in it, so why should they? Lenders are more hesitant to give out loans to sole proprietors than to LLCs. You may be able to borrow money, but you will be expected to use your own assets, such as your house, your car, your savings, as collateral with a lender. Again, this means that your assets will be seized, 100% guaranteed. They will be seized if you fail to pay back your loan. But more on that later in this video. The next significant disadvantage of running your business as a sole proprietorship is the trouble that you will experience raising capital in general. Large corporations raise capital by selling shares or through investors. A sole proprietorship doesn't have shareholders and cannot take another owner on board in that business. So it's practically impossible to sell ownership in a sole proprietorship, which is why you will have trouble finding really good investors. You will have trouble finding worthy investors. Simply put, investing in a sole proprietorship is such a significant risk that virtually nobody will be willing to do it. And if you're planning on using investors to fund your startup, you really need to either form an LLC, a limited liability company, or you're going to want to set up a C corporation so that you can issue share equities in exchange for their money. By the way, forming an LLC and an S corporation is extremely easy. It literally takes about 15 minutes of your time to set up an LLC. I personally used Incfile, and I would highly recommend it to my subscribers. Incfile is the sponsor of today's video. It is one of the most affordable online incorporation services. It is extremely reliable, and you will get an opportunity to use a variety of really great features that are useful when you start a business. Today, I'm very happy to share a really great offer with my subscribers. Go ahead and use the Incfile link I shared in the video description below and register your LLC, and you will receive an entire year of registered agent service for free, completely free of charge. It is a truly great value, and if you have questions about how Incfile works, let me know in the comments below and I will be happy to help you out. The third disadvantage of a sole proprietorship is its unlimited personal liability. In my opinion, this is the one thing that should keep you away from this structure. Unlimited personal liability means that as the owner of a sole proprietorship, your personal assets are 100% on the line. I briefly alluded to it earlier in this video because you want to protect your personal assets, not put them on the line by trying to start a business. This is why the majority of small businesses choose to form an LLC, which is easy and relatively inexpensive to start, which will help you lower your risk of losing your personal assets, such as your home, your car, your other personal valuable belongings, due to business debts. If a lawsuit is filed against your sole proprietorship, your assets could be seized to settle any debts or a possible bankruptcy. You could lose everything that you own, including your house, your car, your properties, your bank accounts. And you know what? If I had to pick one and only one reason why you need to stay away from being a sole proprietor, this would be it. Unlimited risk is why I would not recommend running your business as a sole proprietorship. The fourth major disadvantage is business liquidation. This might happen due to several reasons, of course, but unlike a corporation or an LLC, a sole proprietorship does not survive the owner unless he or she has made preparations to will the assets to someone. Starting a business as a sole proprietorship is so tempting because it costs very little and it doesn't require much documentation. But by investing just a bit more time into setting up your business as a separate legal entity, you will gain substantial advantages. Now let's chat about scaling your business. Economies of scale. A sole proprietorship does not offer any opportunities to truly scale and grow your business. Large-scale businesses enjoy large-scale economies. What it means is that they can produce more in lesser overhead costs per product. So that makes their products more competitive. But for sole proprietors, economies of scale are extremely difficult to achieve. It's virtually impossible to achieve, which is why the cost of production for sole proprietorships is generally extremely high. So facing competition from larger organizations or from bigger businesses becomes really challenging for sole proprietors, which may actually put them out of business. Essentially, a sole proprietorship cannot compete with larger businesses precisely for this reason. Your cost to produce anything will be so high that the selling price will be too high for anyone to buy that item. Again, this is something to really consider if you're serious about your business and you do want to make a living. Now let's say you decide not to worry about the disadvantages that I just mentioned earlier in this video and you run your business as a sole proprietorship. Your business does very, very well, and after some time, a couple of years down the road, you make a decision to sell it. I want you to know that selling your business that is structured as a sole proprietorship is a major challenge. It's virtually impossible. Selling a sole proprietorship is challenging. I would say that in this environment, it's 99.9% not a smart move for several good reasons. If the business is significantly profitable, selling it would trigger high capital gains tax. The tax is imposed on the gains of the business from the start till the date of the sale, so it can run up to 49% of the total gains. Also, selling off a sole proprietorship business means selling the debts. New startups might actually have more debts than profits, and this often makes it very difficult to predict profits for potential buyers, which is what they would want to know before they consider purchasing it. Also, as you may have already guessed, this situation makes it virtually impossible to find a serious buyer. So we just covered 6 considerable disadvantages of a sole proprietorship. In my opinion, if you really want to start a business, forming a limited liability company would be your best bet. LLC can be easily turned into an S corporation to gain tax advantages. I will cover S corporations in my future videos. By the way, for tax purposes, you can elect for your LLC to be taxed as a sole proprietorship, but you will gain protection for your personal assets along with other benefits that an LLC has to offer. Thank you so much for watching this video. If the information that I just shared with you was helpful, make sure that you subscribe, like this video to show your support, and make sure that you leave me a comment with future video suggestions. And I will see you in my new one soon. Bye for now.